We got speedrunning tips. Hello, Mr.
Oh,
Dragon. Is
good.
it time for speedrunning tips?
Rich,
Kill
what did you
everyone.
name them?
Alright.
Cordelia refused to name them. What did you name them?
Art Pain 1 and Art Pain 2.
No.
No.
Come
The
now.
dragons?
I guess to me they're just cyan and magenta.
And
Yes, I
Brady's
don't
at full
remember.
attention. Brady
I
has.
really never. Oh, he's ready. All right,
Brady's
so
ready.
let's talk about you, Mike, specifically,
Sure.
and talk about how you play Space Dragons. So the first thing we talk about is you need to get some wrist action going. So,
So many
like,
jokes. So many jokes.
so
I'm
many
just not
jokes.
gonna, I'm just not
I
gonna
know,
touch it.
perfect. So one thing I don't see you
No.
doing is you take a moment, like I want to go to this Leviathan. I want to go to this tutorial right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know that it's over there.
Mhm.
I saw you like, let's move over and let's go. Instead of just, let's go, dragons. So part of that is thinking about your spatial awareness of knowing where everything is. So everything's on, I'm going to go to the Leviathan because he's a good example for this.
Okay.
Yes. Thing with the dragons is a big thing.
Yes.
Dragon
So
Street.
something to note, oh, because I got to reset my save actually, so. Quit to title.
Yeah,
I
that
gotta
is an
reset the
important
saves
note.
first.
I don't think I put that in speedrun instructions. If you want to do multiple runs, you need to fly up where it says reset my save, blow off the barrier behind it, or the guardian behind it, and that saves. And that'll clear your data and restart your speedrun time.
I like
So
that.
the other thing is we have,
saves on accident.
yeah,
Go ahead.
we have infinite ammo. So there's really no reason not to take your finger off the fire button. You might as well hit something if your fingers can allow it. So see, just go through, go through, go through, go through, go through, and then holding down warp, off we go. And then now I know, this is where I start to, is I start split shooting, and I make sure to pick who's going to be my move dragon. So that's usually my left dragon. So he's kind of my move dragon that I'm like always pressing down. And then I press the right dragon when I actually want to do warp. Now, the reason why this is important is this is how I can maneuver myself where I'm going to go. And I try and take things in on an angle. So I'm always moving forward whenever I want to do something.
Okay.
So if you notice, the right hand is always angled straight, and the left hand, when I do it, is always at an angle. Either I'm going here or I'm going there, basically.
Okay.
So I can show it to you here just for a second when I'm moving. There's the planet.
Can you hold your hands
So,
a little bit higher?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
So this guy, if I'm trying to go to the left here, I'm going to go to the left, and I'm going to be shooting in that direction or going to the right. So I never hold down on the move button. And that's really helpful. Now I'm sadly sitting. Let's see if I can stand to do this, because that's the other thing that helps is standing and standing.
Oh,
Because the
I was
quick
sitting
turn
when I
is
did mine.
great.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, if you stand, let's see if we can do this and not lose the connection.
Goldie.
Hi, Mr. Goldie. Goodbye, Mr. Goldie. And the big thing is you warp into the dragon, and if you know where the wormhole's going to be, you can save a couple seconds, which is great. Okay, now we're going to get to the planet. We can talk about that specifically. So,
there's no way to speed this part up, right?
Nope, but you can relax and breathe and hope. Okay, so the first thing to do is you need, like with anything, you need a plan. So if I go after, which planet should I go after first in order to have the least distance traveled around here?
I like the
Which
left
one,
one
Mike?
first. I like the left one
The
first.
left one first,
That's generally
and the
which one I
right
go
one
to.
first? Okay. So that means I'm going to be doing a circular arc from this planet to this planet to this planet.
Yeah, and I like that one because that one's closest to the Guardian over the main planet, 3D Leviathan.
Correct. So the other thing is that as you approach here, you should take out, there's the satellites. So you can take out both the satellites at the same time.
Yeah, I was double fisting one at a time, so that
And
sounded
then you
terrible.
just...
I was shooting both hands one at one. You
And
know what I
then one
meant.
thing,
You know what I meant.
Now, another thing to mention is that when you're standing is that if you put the dragons behind you, I got to get going.
Mhm.
So I know exactly the approach that I take to this planet.
Mhm.
I then know the approach to that planet. So when I was backing up with warp, I can go do this, and then I can be like, yep, let's just get everything all set up and warp over to the planet I have to do.
I never thought
So
about
as I'm
moving
approaching,
backwards.
I'm like, these two are going right here, that one, and I can also do this with one hand and then warp.
Yeah, the
Now
real
here,
I'm
question
looking.
now here, are you physically turning when you were
Nope.
backed up and then turn around?
Nope.
you were quick turning, not
I
rotating?
was quick turning for that one, but what I'm saying is, with standing, it's easier to put your hands behind you, is what
Right,
I'm
right,
trying to
right.
say. Now, as for him, you
Oh,
have to.
this is
How
where
do you murder him
Alyssa.
the easiest?
This is where Alyssa wants to save
So,
the whales.
Save him.
so the key is he's got little weak points right here, and if I remember correctly, they do extra damage.
Mhm.
But while we're here, what I want to talk about is the dodging thing. So everyone shoots at you,
Mhm.
and if you're just moving just a little bit to the left, see if I sit here,
Mhm.
that one's going to hit me. That one's going to hit me. That one's going to hit me. But here's the thing. If I'm moving constantly and just moving a little to the left, watch.
Because their
The angle I have
trajectory
to,
is they're not heat
the
seeking.
angle, they're not heat seeking. So the angle I have to move myself in order to dodge is actually pretty small.
Mhm.
And we did it this way because, well, when Cordelia played it the first time, we had them home. I think this is if I remember correctly, Cordelia, and we just couldn't play as good as Cordelia played. That was the problem. So yeah, just a little bit to the left. And the nice thing is that because I'm shooting on both hands, I can be like, no, 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 no.
I don't think they homed. They were faster, so you had to be
Right, they
really
were so
loud
fast.
to get out
Yes,
of the way of them.
but
Brady
that's the thing to keep
says.
in mind.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, what Brady says.
Brady said, "I have some unknown knowledge I'd like to share with the class when I can. Feel free to type away.
Ooh,
Feel free to type.
Mhm.
yeah.
I like knowledge.
Wait, that you kill him just with those 4 hits?
Yep.
It's
You're
there's certain ones that
real.
actually take more. Did you get the brain one? Is that what?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
get the brain one. That's the
Yeah,
best
that one
one.
takes damage faster.
Unless you want to save them.
Yeah, I
Save
shot off
him.
the
Do that.
tail and then shot off the wings and I dismembered it. So
The best
Wow.
way to
Wings
go
don't
through
do
and
much.
save him is just to like you just have to like go fast and like usually what I do is like I'll just go around and shoot the ones on the wings and then I'll go up and down like the back of it and just shoot the ones on the back and spine as quickly as I can in like a straight line.
Yeah, I think
But
if you do
like
that with the right pattern, it can be about as fast as getting through the carapace and shooting
yeah.
the weak points.
You basically just
Now,
have to fly at the things you're shooting while shooting both
Mm-hmm.
at the same time and it'll do enough to get them
now for
gone.
this one, what is the correct in the Phoenix? Which one should I be going? Which planet should I be going to first?
ugh. I would think the lower left one,
This one first. Then who's after this one?
the one on the right, then the one on the left.
I didn't know that there was
Because the one on
an
the left
order.
looks like it's closer to the planet angle wise.
I literally always just go to the left. That's like I always just the first planet in front of me, and if it's not right there, I go to the left
I
every
do
time.
too. There's supposed to be like a psychology thing about whether you tend to lean going right or left, but I don't remember what it
Yeah,
is.
I think I just see the left one first or something. I don't really know.
Yeah, Brady, fire away with whatever you have. And I should point out that Alyssa, Cordelia, and Chris are all sub 20 minutes. So know what they're talking about. Bryce, I don't know your time. Are you
I've yet to post an official time.
He's trying to get good.
You can
He
tell us.
trying to
notes is
get
what he's
good.
doing.
You trying to?
I always end up screwing around.
Okay.
Now, this is important for the Phoenix in general, is that you want to start the Phoenix in warp, because the Phoenix has the phase, and then you want to just get in between the shields, and you're going from warp to warp to warp to warp.
Okay.
That was a little too fast. So I want to warp to the Phoenix, kill the Phoenix, and then activate warp, and basically orbit
Totally
around the
did
Phoenix.
not know you could do that. I always
I've
waited
been
for the
testing
things to
this
pop
game
up.
forever. I didn't know that you could shoot the eggs until like very recently.
Did not know you could do that.
I had no idea.
Hey, Kyle. Kyle says, "What a trick."
Yeah, I did not realize there was a cheap way to shoot during the warp. That's awesome. Nice discovery.
Did not know you could do that.
Wow.
This is news to me. I did not know you could do
Y'all
that.
are
It
monsters.
makes sense
Yeah.
because it's an override.
What'd
Oh,
you
that's
say,
so
Bryce?
smart.
Said y'all are
See-
monsters. Killing this thing while it's in egg form. What's wrong with you?
Oh, yeah, Chris kills
I
everything.
didn't.
That's why we designed it that way.
Thanks,
It's like the Chris
Alyssa.
path and the Cordelia path, or
I'm
I
not a
guess the
murderer.
Alyssa path now. Yeah,
It's the artist path.
yeah.
Both.
It's the art
We're
path
both
versus
just
the programmer path.
sweet, innocent babies.
So
I'm
you
going
see how
sub
quickly
10 without kills. Sub 10 without kills. That's my goal.
so you see how quickly I murdered the poor little guy.
When you put it that way.
Yeah.
Brady's tip. I call it menu shooting. It lets great for opening doors without stopping. Pull up the menu, go hyper fast mode, and fire your weapons at the door. Is the only way to shoot while going hyper fast.
Yes. Now
Yeah, I had
another
no idea. That's so cool.
another trick to do is that the warp is detecting if both are down, are
Mhm.
not if both are down, but if both it's using a get. So
Mhm.
I can enter, which I haven't done, is I usually enter each of these in warp.
Mhm.
So as soon as the loading screen happens, I'm holding down the 2 move triggers, so I'm instantly warping to where I have to go. And that's where I get my extra seconds.
Okay. Bryce is just horrified at all the murder that's happening on.
So
Hey,
much
Brady, that's a
murder.
neat trick. That's
Can't
a neat
believe
trick.
you.
I'm gonna call that working as intended.
Yeah, exactly.
But I like discovering of the things that we didn't know it could do.
That Phoenix thing was mind blowing. I
Some
did not
fast
know
Phoenix
you could shoot,
time.
I
You're a
did
little
not know you could shoot the
horrified.
egg.
Mm-hmm.
The Phoenix is my longest boss. It's not even close. It's my longest boss.
For me, it's AI core always takes the longest for me.
I don't know
Oh,
if
I
I
have a
count
trick
that
to
as a
that one
boss.
too.
Ever since the turrets move now, like before I was
Okay.
like, oh, I could just zip through here. Nope.
So this is one of my favorite little tricks for this sort of thing, is that the key with him
Mhm.
is that you want to get as close as possible. So if you get closer, he clumps his legs together.
This I
and
did
I can
discover.
see right there.
Yeah, this I
Yes.
did discover. I found this out the other
And
night.
then as soon as he starts attacking, you're going to want to enter warp and go behind your head, like so.
Mhm.
Wait for his explosion. And come back as quickly as possible.
Oh, is it so he doesn't smack you?
But it doesn't smack you, but also you can get back. Yeah, and you can get back to him a lot faster.
Right, because it
Yeah.
doesn't like stun you or yeah. Wow.
Yeah, because
I
the
didn't know
stun
that.
knockback only goes to a certain extent.
Yeah, for those that don't know,
I
if you
see.
fly
I'm
up
the opposite.
on
I fly towards him.
if you fly up on the Kraken, he pushes you back. He does not like to be loved. It does not like to be loved at all. No hug, no
And the
love, nothing.
blast- Yeah, the
And
radius
then at the
blast-
end of a boss, you want to warp directly into the boss because that's where the portal's going to be.
Yeah, this I
So
found this out too.
Mhm.
And I'm still over 20 minutes, so you know, not doing
Yes.
great, but
Well, you're in it.
fine. Jeez. Okay.
I was happy to learn that, but yeah, the Phoenix thing was mind blowing.
Now my favorite level of the whole thing.
I discovered the Phoenix on accident, and I thought I broke it at first, and I was like, oh wait, you're supposed to be able to do that.
You said
Yeah,
that
you
to
can be-
Cordelia and Chris. I think I figured out a glitch here, guys.
There's a lot of weird bug testing stuff where either I've found something that they didn't know existed, or I found something that I definitely thought was the glitch. Like, oh yeah, no, it's supposed to do that. So,
Little hidden Easter egg they put in.
Quirky little game.
So you
So
don't
nice.
mess with the Cordelia ships, huh? You just go right in.
Skip the
Because I'm sick of the Cordelia ships. You have no idea.
oh yeah,
There's-
definitely. If you want to
Fun
speed
into
run, you
them.
can
We're
definitely
gonna
skip those
find
guys.
them.
they're so much less annoying than they used to be, which is the terrifying part.
Yeah, well, because they orbit further away now. I think.
Yeah,
They
they
used to
used
orbit,
to
like, right up
be.
here.
Yeah, they used to. It was terrifying.
Cordelia mode, aka hard mode, coming in a future update in 2023.
I already made the boolean. It's fine. It's settled.
Yeah. It's been written into this
It
the
actually says Cordelia
system.
mode true or false. There's a line of code he posted in our company Discord. It's great.
I think I might be losing my spot as the mode nickname person though with everybody. Alyssa beat me in the.
We gave it to you for a while, and you're like, "What?" And we're like, Cordelia, this is just way too hard. And you're like, I don't have a problem. I'm like, yes, we know.
Get good.
Get good, exactly.
Exactly.
What, you don't want Dark Souls in space?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do actually.
And I'm gonna apologize for the crappy feed. This is Chris casting to his computer, which is then being cast to us, and then I'm streaming it. So yeah, it's pixelating like crazy. But I do. But that is
That's
not
how
his
fast
actual
I'm
voice
going. It
resolution.
can't keep up is the actual problem, right?
Yeah, Brady. Yeah,
Really
yeah,
like that.
totally. That's it. Brady
Woo.
said I may or may not be already close to 10 minutes.
You got this.
Woo!
Nice.
Fantastic.
That's awesome. And yes, it's not a bug, it's a feature.
Now, for this
Yeah.
guy, the secret is
Yeah,
to
this
be
thing.
warping,
Ugh.
to let them all spawn,
Mhm.
kind of, and then get right on their butts.
Right up in
Right
there.
on their butts or right in their
You're
beams,
invading their
You
basically.
can
personal
also shoot
space.
from the center.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
have an open spot facing the center
Mhm.
as well.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm all about basically ramming them until I get where I want. There you go. Ram, and off they go.
You're
Yeah.
so violent. You're so violent. I'm with Bryce now.
I mean,
Yeah, see?
We're all scared.
Yeah, I like doing the go towards the middle of the AI core and then shoot outward at them because the shield is like open in the middle thing.
So there's no
you
trick for
warp
the
as
egg
much as
here.
possible.
There's no trick for the egg here.
Well, you want to be in warp so that you can get to the next one as quickly as possible.
Dodge the ships.
Okay.
Yes, and ignore the stupid ships.
We love ships.
But they're in the
Mhm.
way. Like they
No,
shoot
but
me
they're
and they
lovely.
hurt.
Yeah, that's because
Well,
you're in
not
there.
if you're always moving. If you see where's the ship? See, come on, hit me, ships. Come on, come
You're
on.
an intruder. They're like, get the heck out of my ship.
I just need to be at this angle right here, and the ships will never be able to hit me.
They
That
are little
feels, you
ships.
say
Then.
that like I feel like I need to fix that.
Go ahead.
Like,
I've discovered the
show me
exact
all your
angle.
hiding spots.
Cordelia's like, my ships
Just
need to be able
for
to
research.
hit me. You named them Cordelia ships. They need to be
exactly.
smarter.
Yeah, careful what you're saying is too easy.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm
that's
taking
fine.
notes. I'm taking notes right now.
This will be nerfed in a future update, just so everyone knows.
Yeah.
This is gonna go away. Brady, get us
I'd
up
like
10
to
now.
add a feature where you
Yeah,
can,
get sub 10 while you can.
I want to ride the Leviathan. I want to put a little saddle on him. If we're gonna update the game, I want that in
You wanna-
there.
a hard point that you can like latch onto. That would be pretty cool. Actually.
Yes. It's called Yeehaw mode.
Well, I
And
think
just
we
put that in the
we're already
game, just call it
discussing
Yeehaw
like
mode.
coming up with different weapons, anyways, for these guys. So
Let it be a
Mm.
planet that just says yeehaw. Just name
Mm.
this
Little Easter egg.
Space Dragon grappling hooks, says Kyle.
Or grab
Nice.
the tentacles on the Kraken and like ride this around.
Get whipped about.
No,
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
grab the tentacles on the Kraken because I finally got close enough to it to hear the squishing sounds Robin put in. And I was like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, those
Yes.
are undisturbing, but great.
The fleshy sounds? That's no.
Oh yeah.
All right. Golden Dragon. Is there an order here?
No, but the trick is that you approach it from this direction
Oh my
because you can
God.
hit them all. If I can aim better.
You're going
Well, if
top
you
go-
all-
down. You're on top down,
If
huh?
you go tail forward, you can also end up where at the head, and that's where you
Yes.
have to shoot.
Yeah, and that's what you should probably do. But the nice thing is if you go from the top, you're basically then just going, yeah, you should start with the tail first. But the big thing is that you want to do this in this direction.
Mm-hmm.
So then I don't have to,
From top
and
down.
then there's no like, oh, I have to go figure out where each one of you is.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I have to wait for each one.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I do. I circle each house.
No, you take forever. And then, yeah.
I find if you circle just going in the opposite direction, you can usually get them quicker too.
That's another option. I kind of like doing it from top down, but that's just me.
I feel like it's all just based on like how your aiming works. Like
Mhm.
sometimes I'll choose to fly into the thing I'm shooting at just to make aiming easier.
Yeah, depending on accuracy, that can be an easier way to do it.
Brady says I take these guys clockwise, straight ones they are spinning counterclockwise.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
similar to what Alyssa said, yeah.
Yeah, that's the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, yeah.
My
Nice.
fly-through experience is solely based on just trying to capture footage and being too stubborn to use the hotkeys to switch through different scenes, so I would just go fast. I don't know.
All the practice.
Depending on what I was doing.
So this was instructional. It was still going to be less than 20 minutes, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
Given I haven't broken 20 minutes
Yeah.
yet.
Anyone who's over 20 minutes is like, oh, okay. I
That-
guess
oh my-
it was just that easy.
Leisurely stroll.
That was Chris taking his time to make sure he could talk about everything.
Chris, which version are you on?
This is well, I'm on the PC, so I'm actually running this in the editor. So,
Oh, cheating.
Fancy.
well, I mean, I could cheat with the cheat codes in the editor, but we're not going to do that because that's way too much fun.
Don't say.
Well, I
cheat
just
codes on stream.
unhide the UI and just type in my time
click-
manually.
Does
Oh my
Alyssa
God.
know? Exactly. There you go. That's what you do.
I didn't even know how to cheat, so I didn't cheat.
Thank you for not cheating, Alyssa. And thank you
Yeah.
for being a pacifist.
I'm
Bryce
good
and
and
I agree
honest,
with
and I
you.
don't kill nothing.
Yep. Save the animals.